Hello. I forgot. Oh, actually, never mind. I didn't write an intro, but I just want to say hello. Thank you for all the views on that Oasis ranking. I was not expecting that to do so well. I think it's about like 2,000 maybe. I don't know, but also my subscriber count's gone up to like 30. Just thank you so much. And hey, first video of 2023. What do you think? This is going to be my top 5 albums of the 1990s. My opinion. Obviously, it's my video. You can gouge my eyes out if you'd like. Um, anyway, let's just get right into this. And as per usual, like, subscribe, all that. Any ideas for videos that you'd like to see in the comments would be great too, because I only came up with this idea like yesterday. So please, God, help. Anyway, here is number 5. 'Cause it's a bittersweet symphony that's life. Alright, Urban Hymns by the Verve, number 5. I've put this at number 5 for 2 reasons. First of all, I didn't want to put something like The Master Plan here, that's just B-sides. And I couldn't have done B here now, because, I don't know, basically I don't want to be... I don't want this to become the Oasis list. And the second reason, I don't know, I lived in Wigan for a bit. I don't know, that's about it. Actually, number 5, interestingly enough, was almost Nevermind by Nirvana, but I'm not really into them. I mean, it was extremely influential, so consider that like a hypothetical number 6. And another thing about the Verve is that they're probably, well, in my memory, that they're the only good thing to ever come out of Wigan. The only good thing. I mean, you can consider me. I came out of Wigan, technically. But anyway, another reason, or another thing that pushed me to putting the Verve Urban Hymns at number 5 is because Bittersweet Symphony. It's just really nostalgic. Like, do you remember that video that they used to play before like World Cup matches in England? I think it's like ITV, and they always played Bittersweet Symphony. Anyway, I loved that when I was younger. Also, I keep on almost calling Bittersweet Symphony fucking what is it? Symphony of Destruction or some shit. It's fucking Megadeth at number 5 now. On the subject of metal, actually, let's get on to number 4. Right, number 4. The Black Album by Metallica, or really just Metallica by Metallica. It was self-titled. So here's an interesting fact about me you may or may not have known. Of course, Oasis, probably my favourite band. My second favourite band is in fact Metallica. My favourite Metallica album is not this, it's Ride the Lightning, but I still really like this album. It's the last great Metallica album in my opinion. Anything after it, whether it be live or a studio album, it just doesn't really do anything for me, especially with James Hetfield's vocal change between the Black Album and Load. Notable songs are, of course, Enter Sandman, which actually recently hit 1 billion plays on Spotify. Nothing Else Matters, which has a brilliant guitar solo, it's one of their softer songs as well. And Sad But True, which admittedly I haven't heard much of, but I have heard is really cool. One more thing to mention about Metallica, just this little gig they played in 1991, where, Soviet Russia, 1.6 million people, no big deal, just before I should, mention it. Anyway, yes, the Black Album came out in the same year as, hang on, sorry, I just had to do a bit of research there. It came out in the same year as number 3, which is... Innuendo by Queen. Now this was almost number 2 for me, based on just nostalgia alone, but I thought I'd keep it at number 3. I absolutely adore this album. It's the last Queen album released before Freddie Mercury's untimely death, and it was certainly a return to form in my opinion from The Miracle, their previous album, which was okay, but not my favourite Queen album. The last of the 80s though. This album has some of my favourite Queen songs of all time, like the title track Innuendo, which I wouldn't hesitate to call a masterpiece. These Are the Days of Our Lives is bittersweet and a lovely song, with quite a sad music video actually, due to Freddie's appearance in that. Headlong and I'm Going Slightly Mad are brilliant in their own right, just, not as notable for me. And the ending track, The Show Must Go On, I love it so much, man. Just oozes passion, determination from Freddie to, keep on going. And it's maybe my favourite Queen song. And that's about all I have to say on Innuendo. Oh, sorry, I just love the album, so I'm just thinking of the songs. But anyway, so number 2 is... OK Computer by Radiohead. I remember reading somewhere that OK Computer marked the death of Britpop, or at least the beginning of it, which would be a shame if this album wasn't as mind-bogglingly awesome as it was. This album amazes me, to put it simply. I'm not a massive Radiohead fan, but I am into them quite a bit. This is easily my favourite Radiohead album, and it contains my favourite song by Radiohead, which is always either No Surprises or Karma Police. It really depends on my mood, but I'd say at the moment I'd probably prefer No Surprises. Paranoid Android is also a contender for my favourite Radiohead track. The guitar parts later on in the song are really cool, and the vocals are, how do I put this, jarring, I suppose, in a good way. I don't know, point is, I love the album. Let's get on to, actually, some honourable mentions, or really one honourable mention. And, do you remember how I said I didn't want there to be an Oasis bias? Yeah, this was why. Today's gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. So the honourable mention is What's the Story, Morning Glory. So I guess spot 1.5. I put this here just because it's one of the defining, if not the defining album of the Britpop movement and the 1990s in Britain. As I mentioned in my Oasis ranking video, there's not a single bad song on the album, and even my least favourite song, I still love to bits, roll with it. I don't know, I still love it. And my opinions on the best song on the album haven't really changed since the last video. I still think either Morning Glory or Champagne Supernova are the best songs on the album. Though Don't Look Back in Anger is a song you can argue is the best too, and I suppose Wonderwall too. But anyway, now we get on to number 1, and you'll see, again, why I did not want to put something like The Master Plan or Be Here Now at number 5, because it'd just be an Oasis list at that point. It'd be, I can't do maths, 3/5 Oasis then, I think. Anyway, from that comment alone, you can guess what number 1 is, and here it is. So, number 1, definitely Maybe. Ooh. I felt a bit apprehensive about putting this here, as obviously there's a bias towards Oasis albums here from my perspective, which is why I didn't put Be Here Now, The Master Plan at number 5, although I wouldn't have put Be Here Now anyway. But you've got to admit, this album's pretty much great in every aspect, Liam's voice, guitar tones, attitude and spirit, that's what matters. This for me is Oasis' defining album, with What's the Story, Morning Glory very close behind it. This album also has a very interesting history. The final version of the album that you hear on, I guess before remastering on Spotify and all that shit, was like the 4th try of the album, and I think it was saved by getting Owen Morrison just by chance. I don't know, I'll link a documentary on the album in the description, as I think it goes over the situation a bit better than I could. Anyway, that's about all I have to say on Definitely Maybe, and in this video, really, so I'll see you in the next video. Again, if you enjoyed, please do like and subscribe. I do appreciate it. I appreciate you getting this far in the video, actually, if you're hearing this. But yeah, another thing, as I said at the start, any suggestions that you want to see for videos, and, comment them. I guess any covers you want me to try and butcher. But anyway, yeah, I'll see you in the next video. I hope you all have a good day. And I'll see you again in about 2 weeks or so, unless something weird happens. But, or something cool, like Oasis reunite or some shit. Anyway, goodbye. Hope you have a good day. See ya.